I also
Yeah,
like
but
it
based
versus the
off the way
Viper
that
as well.
the Nyx speaks to the carapace.
Hmm?
You like the Nyx versus the Viper because of the carapace?
Yeah, just being able to stun him whenever you fancy is pretty nice, and you can break his corrosive skin as well to allow his Leshrac to completely melt him.
Yeah, that's for
And
sure.
the adaptive strike as well from
Team
Morphling.
ban.
Plenty of options. I also like the Oracle versus the Viper, but just from the pure damage from Purifying Flames to pierce through that corrosive skin as well. I think it's really nice. They haven't picked any passives into the Viper either, so the break's not going to be a big deal.
I believe Purifying Flames is magic damage.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Because
10
that's why
seconds remaining.
he's great whenever you pick him with like an anti-mage, because anti-mage takes reduced damage from the nuke,
5
but still gets the
seconds
heal.
remaining.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought that was pure damage.
Well, purifying
Oh,
flames.
that'll
You'd
do it.
think
That'll
so.
do it. I'm a simple man.
You'd think so.
The words are enough to send me astray, doing me a bamboozle. Timbersaw banned out from Team Empire. I haven't seen that hero yet, and I don't think it would be a good hero against them at all.
It almost makes me feel like Nature's Prophet is being played as like a 1, and they just want to like Nature's Prophet in, I don't know, a lane by himself. Which not necessarily a 1, but just like a very, given a solo lane at least.
Yeah, I think you're right. That does sound likely.
Because right now, Singularity don't really have anyone to send up against Nature's Prophet, and then if Empire want to try lane with Earth
10
Spirit Wyvern
seconds
and whatever their
remaining.
1 position is, then I think it's a possibility. I think Empire would also,
5
they picked
seconds remaining.
Spectre, or maybe that was Pavaga that I'm thinking of. Okay, wait, I think it was Pavaga. Oh no, they did pick Spectre. So Empire, like if they want to go for something heavily that can take advantage of a tri-lane situation, then I think Spectre is a hero that could send as their 1 position.
Yeah, Spectre. I like the idea of trying to go toe to toe with the Morphling. You know, trying to beat Excalibur into the late game is definitely an option. Or the Terrorblade versus Morphling isn't very good anymore because Morphling can just purge off the reflection instantly and kind of just kites him around a little bit as well. Yeah, I can't imagine Team Empire going for any of these late game carries either, to be honest, although it does seem like a pretty good anti-mage game.
True.
Other than Nyx Assassin, again, destroying his magic immunity, which can be pretty annoying.
Yeah, but we had thought that Nyx was a good counter to the Phantom Assassin, and it didn't seem like the break ever really became a factor.
That's true, he never caught her, he had to stun from invis most of the time,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll definitely put a nail on that coffin. Legion Commander from Team Singularity, hello. This isn't what we were expecting.
Couldn't get the Timber sub, but they still wanted an answer to lane against Nature's Prophet.
Yep, really nice read from them. And I wonder if Team Empire banning out that Timbersaw led them down the same thought process that led you down. So I wonder if you just leave the Timbersaw in, you get away with this draft. But instead, they now know that they want to put the Prophet solo, so they just pick another counter, which of course there's a couple more off as well.
I mean, they can still dual lane it. Wyvern's not terrible. If you dual lane Prophet and Wyvern, it's just that you cannot go as greedy as a 1 position. So they give Dream back as PA. I think it's a hero that he's very strong on. He's clearly not afraid of a Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, apparently not.
However, he might have some issues with the Morphling and Legion, though.
One thing about Legion, though, is that it can struggle sometimes versus its Viper, just because not getting those Moment of Courage procs can be really damaging.
When you're broken. That's very true.
Yeah, it can be really, really damaging, but we'll see if that comes into play or not. I mean, it definitely will be a factor if they lane against each other. But it is actually Penguin on the Leshrac, which means he's going to be going mid versus the Viper in the middle lane.
Still curious what they're going to do with this Nature's Prophet. Because Prophet always wins musical lanes because he has 2 teleports. So if they're just going to be content and be like, whatever, Prophet, you're going to have a garbage lane, or they're going to give him one of the supports and send Black Archangel with him, or Seiyu, it could be either one. Or, oh yeah, I think those are the main 2 options. Either they move around a lot with the lanes, or they just admit defeat and send one of their support. But they can't afford to let Maiden just solo now, I don't think. Not against the Shashlo Legion Commander.
No, that sounds a little bit too painful there. Yeah, I really like what Team Singularity's done with this draft. Honestly, I'm wondering if they have the answers to the Morphling on the side of Team Empire. They drafted it so early on that I was just kind of expecting them to come out with some hard lockdown, some big nukes to be able to bring down the Morphling before we can get that strength morph off. A PA by herself, relying on the crits is a bad idea, I think.
Yeah, I think that's another reason why they wanted to give this Prophet a lot of farm, so that maybe he could get like an early Orchid, and you have, or Scythe of Ice, and you have Earth Spirit's ground targeted silence, and so in theory, a farmed up Nature's Prophet could make life kind of unpleasant for a Morphling, but I don't think this Prophet is going to get that much farm this game. I mean, relatively speaking, of course, compared to benchmark Prophets.
Benchmark Prophets, yeah. No, I know what you're saying there. Alrighty then, let's get into it. Game number 3 in this best of 5 series. We are slap bang in the middle, perhaps, if it goes to the full 5 games of this matchup. Team Empire versus Team Singularity, currently drawn at 1-1, and they're going to try and get another win behind this Excalibur Morphling. Meanwhile, the PA and kind of like I don't know if you call it a team fighting lineup. It's kind of a be everywhere and do a little bit of everything lineup. It's nothing in particular, which they're focusing on. Singularity going for the level 1 here. So rotating around to make sure that Jerry gets out in front, wrapping around. Dream, he's in a pretty bad place right now. Is he going to be alright? Has he leveled anything up just yet? He has not. They're going to spot him out, but makes a dive for the low ground here. Doesn't look like Singularity will be able to catch out anybody on there.
I don't think he knows that anyone's here.
Gonna go for the route onto Archangel.
Alright, now he knows that everyone's here.
Yep, and he's gonna make his way up into the trees. Well.
Ooh, he really wants that other Arctic Burn attack.
Out. That was greedy as hell, and it's gonna cost Archangel his life. Under the tower, with the tips coming out as well. Ooh. Oh my god. Full 5-man tip.
That was not wise.
They gave more than the tip in that game, to be honest.
Well, Black Archangel recognizes it. It was not wise indeed.
Good voice line usage. I wish the casters could tip people.
That would be awesome.
It would, wouldn't it? Crowd tipping. Twitch chat tipping. That's what we need.
Dude, Valve, you're sitting on another monetization route for Valve.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine just like £1 a tip, you'd be rolling before the game's even over. Even in games like
people
this,
would pay for that in a heartbeat.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dream take a little damage here, but will make it under tower. The extra armor from the tower helping him out a lot there, to be honest. And this trial.
So they're sending Morphling versus the Viper, and they're sending Leshrac up top.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Legion doesn't want lane versus the Viper, and we already talked about how the Leshrac.
Well, not the Legion. Yeah. So I think it's more that it's a better lane for Leshrac, but that means that you can be less. You'll have to be less reliant on Excalibur because, well, they're bringing Jerry mid now. If it's a dual mid, then okay. But I think Jerry's just cruising through.
Yeah, just waving out his window as he passes by. Hey guys.
Miposhka looking to snipe the courier. Not gonna happen though.
Yeah, they're recognizing. They know he's up to. He's
oh, look at the name! Look at the name of this frog.
Very good. Very good.
It does have an unusual effect. It's a blue effect.
Yeah, that's some high effort couriering. Yeah, that's some high effort cosmetics. Wow.
He doesn't even have any vision. He's just guessing when to pop out. Now say you find him.
Oh dear. Poshka, all he wanted to do. Come on, you can still get it. Chase the frog. No, he doesn't see him. Well, Poshka.
Siyu has 7 rocks and roll.
Yeah.
One connects. He has an Orb of Venom.
Alright, he's stunned, so Poshka TPs himself away quite sensibly there, and will be surviving this one. So, let's look at these last hits right now. So far, I've got Excalibur and Shashto doing remarkably well. Actually, Kodos losing out pretty heavily in the mid lane. This is the difference in the right-click damage, though, right? Like, if a Morphling with 82 damage, he can afford to sit inside this Nether Toxin as well, because he can just go and tango himself up afterwards, and on full agi he's going to heal up pretty quickly as well. So this is actually Kodos losing out a little bit to start things off here, and now Excalibur gets the last hit of the tower as well, which he'll be very happy about.
Yeah, I did not think he would be this favored, but I guess it makes sense.
The logic doth exist. Kodos can go and just, yeah, do hard camp, rotate from the mid lane no less, do the hard camp in about 10 seconds, 2 minutes 50 into the game. Nether Toxin, very cool spell. Love it.
Not quite as convenient as it is on Radiant, but it still works out. And now Shashlo rotating, he goes top. Really wants to lane against this Nature's Prophet.
Making a play onto Dream here as the root comes in, but just about jumps away. Actually going to catch the Wyvern in it as well. Sets up for an easy double stun. They are splitting their damage a little bit too much though. Split Earth lands onto Dream here, but because their focus was so split, they don't actually get to bring anybody down. Maybe being a little bit greedy from the calls there on Singularity, saying we can go for both, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I mean, it was a really nice impale. I don't blame him. And maybe Edict damage was just getting too distributed, but it's possible that Ping Check could have just positioned his hero in such a way that the Edict would have only connected on one, but yeah, they get out. Although it's not Shrine time, so both, or rather, Archangel retreats all the way back, and Phantom Assassin goes top. And now Shashlo is in a little bit of trouble. Body blocks.
He's being beaten down pretty hard here. Meanwhile, Poshka just dives under tower. Legion eats a tree? What? Okay. Don't know why you'd stop to do that. Now gifted tangos from Jerry as he runs in to deliver these. That's a committed. That's some Amazon Prime Nyx Assassin right there.
They're still rushing.
Yeah, they're not chilling. They got these creeps, but Shashto only 1 point in a moment of courage as well, so not going to be getting a whole lot of heal off this either.
Oh, of course it procs.
Feels okay, but it's still not enough health for him to really come back into lane on. You know, one thing I discovered the other day is that if as a Legion you go to a small camp, you need to heal up, and you got like 2 or 3 points in moment of courage, you can just constantly like attack.
Yeah, attack and then cancel. Yeah,
and just kind of heal up with only hitting them with moments of courage. Dream is trying to chase down Shashto here, and Black Archangel getting involved in this as well. Maybe it was a mistake to come back to this lane. In fact, definitely it was a mistake, because the dagger will finish off Shashto. Meanwhile, runes are available. Jerry tried to come in for this one. Might be regretting that. It's down in the bottom lane. Pinkvin will take both bounty runes, and Empire will take both of them at top as well. So even split so far.
Finds a regen rune as well, and starts. I'm surprised that Viper is just like. I mean, I am just guessing that Morphling completely dominates this, because Kodos has not spent a whole great deal of time in this mid lane, so Morphling just must be a fantastic way to deal with the Viper mid. Either that or Excalibur's a god. Both are equally possible.
He's very, very comfortable on these heroes. Like the Morphlings, the Terrorblades, you know, those are probably his 2 favorites right now. So it never really surprised me to see him even winning even unfavored matchups. But yeah, this is a bit of a stomp, to be honest with you. Like
Earth Spirit has to take over a lane this early on. He's only level 2. He does not want to have to deal with this Morphling.
He's boulder smashing away. Get off me!
Regeneration.
Yeah, so currently only 3 kills happening across this map, but well, early days still for this this match to break out. And I think, oh, dear, Maiden caught out in the bottom lane. That's going to be a stomp, just that route into the stomp combination. As I was literally just about to say, I think this game's about to break out into a bit of a bloodbath soon, because you're going to have this Leshrak who's I'm not sure what item he's wanted to start with. Probably an Atos. I'd be very surprised if there's anything on an Atos, to be honest. And just find this aggression. Maybe drums first or something. Oh, Maiden caught out, and did they have the stomp? They actually missed the stomp. Messing up the combo a little bit there. They got Penguin inside the trees as well. Maiden playing around as he taunts himself and gets himself away. Singularity will not find him.
They'll still be able to claim this tower. I don't think Earth Spirit can confidently go into this, because 4 points in Edict on Ping.
He's feeling it. Although stun comes out, no, once again missed onto Maiden here. Meanwhile, Sayu comes in from behind. He's like, he wants it, he's bumping it, but he's not going to get it, and now could be in some trouble as well. Though actually just rolls into Maposhka, who took some hits from the tower. Sayu might die in response. Pington, though, he gets the right click off. That'll do it. Maiden playing a dangerous game, my friend. Yes, cat and mouse, or more like mouse and mouse right now as they play with one another. Meanwhile, Dream fighting up with Jerry here. Jerry just trying to force him out of lane. Happy to make these trades with his health regen. 5.9 without any items. Also getting a couple of one charges up from this as well. Dream forced out of lane for the time being as Singularity starting to apply some nice pressure across the map here.
Still no coup de grace, so Nick Assassin does not really need to be very afraid. In fact, they're going to go even more aggressive. May have to settle for an Oracle or a Wyvern kill.
The duel, they get it, and Wyvern will
man.
drop. However, the Wrath of Nature
Wrath of
takes down
Nature.
Jerry as well, so it's a nearly even trade, but the fact that the dual win comes in as well, and that 10 extra damage is going to help out a lot for Shashlo.
Dude, no one wants to lane. Nature's Prophet is jungling. Earth Spirit again shows up mid, although at least Morphling is not there at this time. Morphling is got his Morbid Mask, so he can just sit in the jungle all day, donate the lane to someone else.
Yep, anybody wants to come and get their 6, that is going to be EGM's card right now, and later maybe even someone else will throw it over to Net Worth as we have a bit of jungling and a bit of kills going on, and do see no surprises here to see the Morphling thoroughly on top of this, and the Leshrac close behind him as well.
Now they're attempting a move on mid. With these 4 points in Edict, even if you fail a smoke gank, it doesn't really matter because you can still turn it into a tower. And oh, Kodos.
Kodos caught with his pants down in the jungle. That is unfortunate. Meanwhile at mid, they're also making a play onto Sayu here. As Excalibur turning into the Earth Spirit, playing around with him. Courier also going to take a hit or two. And I'll have to micro this one to safety. But Sayu will get out okay with a roll up onto the high ground, which was not interrupted. But the tower will be sacrificed as Excalibur holds the creeps back and just allows this Diabolic Edict level 4 to go to work on this building. Things out onto Shashlo here. Is he going to be alright? There's a couple of heroes coming in onto this. But Shashlo definitely feeling very strong. They're not making any plays. Meanwhile in the mid lane, they've actually thrown down the ultimate onto Pingvid here. The Viper Strike is out and the Leshrac is gone. We did just about buy up a Ring of Hell.
Oh, say you barely dodges an Impale.
Yeah, although we'll get himself stunned up, but I think Jerry might be the one in trouble now as in comes. I mean, this Sprout and this Nether Toxin combo is so dirty. Mahoshka will take the rune, so he's going to die quite a happy man. Although, is he going to die? Shashlo's here as well. Yeah. Double Purge is coming off as well. You're welcome. What a nice teammate. Oh, dude, I hope we get to level 25 and we get to see the AoE press the attack spell.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hype up Leshrac's 25 again.
Oh no, we've done that. We've done that.
Right. 1 per cast.
Yeah.
Jerry
I'm not
finds Dream, breaks him.
Yep, breaks him down, and the duel gotta come in.
Duel?
No.
What?
Report my
Mahoshka, you
oracle.
fool. Go disconnect right now.
Yeah. Again. I'm not glad you came back.
No duel victory. Oh well, I guess they can save it for another kill. I mean, Excalibur, he's creating enough pressure of his own that I don't even know anyone's gonna show up top to stop this push.
Yeah, I mean they got to choose one or the other, and right now they're choosing neither.
They get 1 glyph, and now they find Black Archangel. And that tower goes down, so they'll have another glyph. But no one's responding to Excalibur. He's so massively pushed out.
They're looking for the fight at top, it seems. They're going to,
Maiden is like AFK right now. Okay, now he backs off.
well, Excalibur's going in for the kill though, trying to find this Nature's Prophet, but the trees come out and Excalibur can't break
Waveform
through
is
them.
down.
Yeah,
Quite a while now.
if
They're
they
still
wanna
too
make-
afraid of him. I can't believe this Morphling is
terrifying.
getting away with this.
There's an 11-minute Morphling, which is sitting under a tier 2 tower, completely on his own without waveform, and no one's coming to deal with him. In fact, they're still interested in top. EGM doing a nice job on scouting Sayu, and actually gets a courier as well with a Vendetta hit. Sayu will be able to make the roll down to the low ground, immediately getting himself out of danger. Singularity. Damn, they are just playing this map so well. I mean, they're playing the map pretty well. They basically put 4 heroes in top lane and 1 hero in bottom lane.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, Empire,
Expert positioning.
You need to come up with a way to. You need to choose. You know, they're kind of like, well, we kind of want both. And to be fair, they have kept
Phantom
the towers
Assassin
for
shows up.
now.
What's she gonna do?
Go on to the
She's gonna leave.
And they're gonna get the kill onto Makoshka up here at top.
Oh, okay. Some progress, although Excalibur is still going completely unmolested, but
the way to be. Meanwhile, on the top lane, there is a roll in. They're going to go for the duel, though, onto the Air right now, basically just to stop him casting any spells as they try to bring down Kodos. The rest of his team, Kodos will get the kill, but also dies himself. Although Maiden's in, doing the damage right now. Shashlo in some trouble. No, the roll does not land. Meanwhile, Pingvin will drop to Kodos. No, it was mostly Maiden doing the heavy lifting there, and just Kodos is poisoned, taking him off in the end. Empire will back themselves away, but they do make a convincing defense on the top lane. However, their bottom lane will be sacrificed. Excalibur's even going to stick around for the last hit and then clear himself away. Very happy with how the last few minutes have played out for him. This doesn't happen very often.
No, it does not. This is unconventional, to say the least. The other thing that's surprising is, you remember that time that Viper died with, like, no HP inside of his eastern jungle?
Yeah.
At that point, you are pretty confident that there's a ward, and this ward has gone completely uncountered.
Good job.
And that's why Morphling is just chilling there.
Vendetta, now the duel comes in as well. Maiden, he's going to get dropped, and that is going to be an extra 10 gold. 10 gold? A bit more than 10 gold, but 10 damage coming through for Shashlo.
And now Morphling's like, my work in bot lane is done. I will now migrate north.
Dire's middle tower is
Black
under
Arcs
attack.
Angel.
Yeah, that's a sneaky little spot in the tree there, not getting caught out. Good job, Jerry.
Curse.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah,
Oh, but he's on the low ground.
The save comes out.
Oh my God, the false
Maposhka
promise.
every single time. He might be going down. No, Jerry's fine. Jerry is absolutely fine. And now they're looking for the Wyvern.
Radiant's bottom tower
Winter's Curse is
under
down, but they
attack.
still want this kill. They want this delicious dual damage. 5
have duel
seconds
in
to
3
go.
seconds.
Yeah, just stand on top of him here. Yep, you can cold embrace yourself. Just gonna go get us time. I'll also set up for the split earth as well. Duel comes out. Wyvern is dead. Singularity take another. And now up to 30 damage. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, Excalibur took another tower, completely uncontested, tier 2 top.
Nice.
And Earth Spirit's getting chased down by Jerry mid, although he does not have any
Doesn't know.
follow-up, so...
Dire are scanning.
You're gonna have to deal with this
Even small
Morphling at some point.
Sun comes out, but he just whacks Jerry away. I always love it when Earth Spirits do that. It's one of the most amusing spells to watch. You just punch him
Yeah.
off. Get out of here.
15-minute runes.
Runes. It does go to Sayu, however. Do we have a duel? No, 14 seconds. Keep him alive, guys. Keep him alive. A little bit of a tricky one to keep still whilst you wait for that duel cooldown, to be honest. Yes, for a little bit of a slippery fish.
I've never seen a Morphling own the map so dominantly before. He has absolutely nothing to be afraid of.
Yep.
Maiden has like no items,
And-
so he's not going to be an issue. He just has a Midas.
I think it's really important to note that this was not a 10th pick Morphling. This was a 2nd pick Morphling.
Yeah.
They had the entire draft to think about how to deal with Excalibur here, and it doesn't feel like they've done that so far. Meanwhile, Shashlo in the trees. I'm not sure if he was spotted out here. England, well, they're going to try and use that ultimate onto him here. They don't really have any damage to throw out on top of him as well as the 5 strike comes down, but immediately they'll use that Fortune's End. Look at that damage from the overwhelming odds. They go in for the duel onto Nature's Prophet, but Night Cold Embrace going to keep him alive. Maposhka and Kodos have already dropped. Maiden in the trees going for the TP out. They'll close the gap. In comes Excalibur with the Adaptive Strike, and they get that kill. And Dream dead as well. 3 heroes on the side of Empire, and the Earth Spirit might be following as well as Pingvin's trying to chase him down here. We'll get the roll onto the low ground and grab himself an illusion room with it as well. Moving into the Roche pit. There's no spells to waste on him though. And the middle tier 2 goes, and that is the final tier 2 for Team Empire. As Singularity take
16
every
minutes.
Alpha Tower. 60 minutes in.
It does not get easier for Empire, I don't think. At least not anytime soon. At a certain point it does, but that point comes at like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Until then, Singularity have all the cards right now.
PA
Left Strike got a
going for this,
Bloodstone also.
Oh dear.
Already has 3 charges on it.
Yeah, PA's going for the Battle Fury as well, so Dream still wants to farm this game.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what he gets, like, even if he gets the Desolator right now, no one really does enough physical damage to take advantage of it, and that's the only reason that you can really justify an early Desolator whenever you're this far behind. It's like, well, you know, if I toss a dagger, then maybe my mid lane will get the kill, maybe my Razor can get the kill or something like that. But with a Viper you can't really take advantage of it, so I don't really blame him for going for Battle Fury. It's
Oh, Jerry
arguably core.
finds Kodos on low HP here, and the jump in from Excalibur will quickly finish off the flying green man.
Yeah, Dream just keeps farming. Nerves of steel.
They're not going to come for me. They're not going to come for me. They're not gonna come for me. It's okay. Unfortunately, they are going to come for your buildings. And I was about to say this game is feeling kind of reminiscent of their game versus Pavega. And the way Empire played it was basically setting out bait across the map and forcing the enemy team to not really go for objectives, but instead
PA's trying.
respond to
Kill the
push.
courier. One attack. Two attack. All right.
Yeah, gets it.
It's kind of working. The problem is she does not have a Battle Fury, so she cannot kill the entire creep wave.
And these heals coming out thick and fast onto the Morphling here. Just going to bring him right the way back up to full HP. And get started on these racks.
No one wants to get cursed. They're having to stay so far away from Morphling. So that arguably does slow down their push, but Morphling still has Aegis.
Mounted off pretty quickly here. Going to use that strength to keep on going up. Viper Strike, yep, no problem. Still taking it in his stride. Excalibur not remotely threatened by this at all. Doesn't look like he took any damage at all, to be honest. As the middle racks take a fall, and they're even going to get a
chain
wyvern with it
disable.
as well. That's it, coming in. Atos is out onto the left track. Penguin might be in some trouble right now as they
still
try
have
to
false
get
promise.
that magic disarm, doing a lot of work. And now the heal's coming out, and now the Fortune's End. They've got so much save on this team that Penguin, despite being completely out of position and held in place by the side of Team Empire, walks out completely fine. Or should I say gallops out completely fine. That majestic little disco pony strutting his stuff across the map.
They don't need anything else. They still have the Aegis. They have so much time on. They have 3 minutes left on this Aegis. I don't even know what you do in this position. I guess you can go for another high ground, but I don't know. I think you're pretty satisfied.
But you know what? Dream, he's got himself a Battle Fury and a Dream. Fortunately, I don't know if that's going to be enough this game. He needs to farm up a lot, merely just to catch up, but you never know. These PAs, one of the best heroes for turning games like this around, to be honest. We've seen it before. Might take a little bit longer to get that Divine Rapier this game, however. It is possible.
Yeah. And Broodmother is a much more effective hero at cutting waves and making the enemy get distracted than Viper. Viper is pretty straightforward, as now EGM finds the Phantom Assassin again. Everyone's coming.
Yeah, they are converging on this location, getting their way over to Dream, who does not have a BKB or a way to get out of this. A rock is going to be thrown, but the split up connects, and that's gone. That is Dream dead. Excalibur.
So, I don't know, mid to top, I guess? Shashlo asserting dominance in the enemy base. Yeah, mid to top. Looks like the play.
Well, they're going to smoke up on the side of Empire and maybe look for something here.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top
Tier
tower
3
is
tower
under attack.
under fire.
20
They're going to go for
Bloodstone
like
charges.
a very easy ultimate on Black Archangel. Now another follow-up coming in from the Esper. They're getting a lot of damage done. Singularity forced out of the base right now. Morphling still staying on the front lines. He's got this Aegis to work with, so he doesn't have to back himself up just yet, but doesn't want to get split off from his team, so he'll back himself away. The Magnetire's getting to work, but his Singularity, I mean,
Radiant's top tower
I'm kind of
is
surprised
under
Empire
attack.
couldn't get anything out of that, but at the same time, their PA never even came, I don't think. She wasn't
Yeah.
there. She was just farming. I feel like one Battle Fury crit might have got them 1 or 2 kills there, but at the same time, very risky to go for it as well. Team Empire just
And you're still fighting into an Aegis, so unless you kill the Morphling, like, what's really the point? Rod immediately purged off.
Okay, Legion.
Shashlo.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to be going down. Well, I don't know, actually. The poison's still coming through. The long-range poke from Empire does get the kill onto Shashlo here. Which is going to be more time for PA to farm.
Initiation by Jerry.
Dream's got to be careful here. He's in pretty deep. If they find him, he could be in some trouble. You can tell he kind of wants to go in here. This Age is not lasting too much longer either. With Penguin just popping that BKB, they've got their target. They're going on to Dream right away. And Dream isn't going to stand a chance. Gets split out once again. The Phantom Assassin cannot catch a break in this game. The Singularity just zone in on her the moment they see her. Without this BKB, she is just a floppy piece of seaweed flopping around the map and being trodden on whenever they see it.
I appreciate her initiation
Dire's
route,
top tower
and
is under attack.
it was a little bit mispositioning by Shashlo's Legion Commander to be so far out that his team had to take such a half-Zard fight, but it's going to be a while until Phantom Assassin. Like you said, pre-BKB, it's pretty much suicide.
Yeah, it's a very rough game. Gotta try and make these plays though. I mean, you're not gonna win if you don't take any opportunity. Unfortunately, that just was not it. If there is even going to be one, to be honest, if Singularity play tight enough, then PA might maybe get a chance to even come into a fight this game, which is it's what they're trying to do
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Again, Maiden this time picks off the courier.
Smoke up. They're pointing towards mid. They know the Phantom Assassin is around here, and they only have eyes for one person. It's a love affair gone wrong between Singularity and Dream.
Middle tower is under attack.
Stalking her up onto the high ground.
Oh, they have the vision now, but Morphling just waveformed.
Yeah. I think he thought they were waiting up here for him, so the moment that pops...
I think he was just like, I can't find anyone. Yeah, I think he was just like, whatever, I might as well just farm the wave, but could have gotten a kill in theory.
Dire are scanning.
They'll just wait for the next Roche. Minute and a half potential respawn, but they have so much map control that they can wait no matter how long it takes.
Alright, question, Tsunami. Is water wet?
I saw the justification that dude made on Twitter. I don't really agree with it. I think water is wet.
I think it is wet.
Because if you go into like the molecular level of stuff, each water molecule is surrounded by another water molecule, right?
Right.
And like his justification was like, oh, you know, if you can dry something, then that means that it's wet, but you can't dry water. But if you evaporate water, that's kind of like drying it because you're separating the molecules. So I think water is wet.
Okay, that's an interesting take. To me, I mean, wet is not whether it is or is not water, it's whether it has water on it. And
right, but doesn't a water molecule have water on it?
No, because it is water. It's water which is not on anything, therefore...
But at what point does it stop being... Like, at what point does the water stop being itself?
Well, it's getting into philosophy. It's only if the water believes in itself. So
I'm
just kidding. We're off topic. Sayu, Blink, in, Jill. What? He still managed to roll off. I didn't know that was a thing, but there you go. Sayu dead, all the same. Roll or no roll. You can try on Indiana Jones' way out of that one, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So he was dueled, but he was still out of the duel, but he's still in the duel, right? So yeah. It's no matter the degree of separation, you know, it's still a state of wetness, a state of duel.
Oh god, shit, we're still on this. Let's just agree to disagree for this one. If I'm sure this one's going to get chat riled up if they want us. I'm sure we can continue between the games on that discussion note. Well, Empire just trying to protect that Phantom Assassin. You see, Jerry, the moment he sees Dream here, he's just picking it out like, guys, she's here.
I mean, he has a
missiles.
gem. He feels so safe up there.
Yeah.
These supports are broke as all hell. Black Archangel has Tranquil Boots and a Windlace, and that's it on this Winter Wyvern. And it is a fairly early Roche respawn. We'll be back in 30 seconds. So...
Ooh, stun, catches out, makes a profit in the bottom lane. Pinkvin finds him. It's going to get silenced up, and will not be able to break through these trees either, as he's just draining all of his mana to the Pulse Nova.
Yeah, he can't turn it off.
Ouch.
Jerry's chilling in the pit. Needs to wait 10 more seconds, but Vendetta's up, so he's got bigger fish to fry. And Ping finds a regen rune, how fortuitous.
Ah,
and they may be able to just start a fight. Seiyu is pretty much dead, but they want to see if there's anyone better they can kill.
Yeah, they're not going to go for anybody in the end. Or are they? Jerry's still running forwards. There's a sentry ward down, and Seiyu doesn't make eyes with Jerry just yet. He's sitting with a gem literally on the other side of the trees from the sentry ward. That's hilarious. They will not spot it out.
You're not going to go over the pit. So they still don't know Roche is up. They really want to find a pick, and if they find Dream, that would be amazing.
Ooh, they may well just. They get the stun out in time. Dream does not have a BKB, but does blink back to her team, and Sai can punch him up to the high ground if they need to, but the trees will prevent any kind of advancement from Singularity, so maybe a botched engagement, or maybe just not really an opportunity in the first place. Empire were poised to deal with it. Some nice response from them.
I mean, Morphling wasn't there, so I don't blame him. Still have not scouted out Roche, though. So that's a little bit questionable from Singularity. but they're taking shrines, and it looks like they just I don't know. I mean, they will probably win if they go high ground. It just seems unnecessary whenever they can still look for Roche. And I do think
Dire's
Excalibur is
bottom
making moves there.
shrine has fallen.
Dream pushing out further than he's ever been before, I might say. The courier should give him away here.
Leshrac is immediately like, what the hell is going on over here?
all right. You get yourself
Break it up,
back.
break it up.
Yeah. Not having any of this on my side of the map.
I would guess that they're probably going to wait and give the cheese to Leshrac. Someone's going to grab it and give it to him, and then... I don't really know how Empire can take a fight. Even if they land a Winter's Curse, everyone's so tanky. Like, Miposhka's... There's no way Miposhka ends up in a curse, so he's pretty much guaranteed safe. And Nyx Assassin, if you kill him, great, I guess, but he's also very tanky. He's 1.6k HP, and Leshrac and Morphling can't kill each other at this point. So it's not even like a godlike curse can really set up that much. I think the best opportunity is if Maiden can go behind the fight and Orchid the Oracle. That's the only way that Empire really win. Is if this Nature's Prophet can somehow silence the Oracle.
It's a pretty big ask, though.
It is a very big ask.
And he will die immediately after doing this, I'd bet.
Right.
Look at Shashlo, actually. I think he realizes this. He's just kind of hanging right next to Miposhka here, ready to roll.
And Dream's TP is down for 15 seconds, so their Phantom Assassin cannot enter this fight for another 10 seconds. So instead they're just going to push bot.
I mean, I was going to say they're okay to base, like, well, not base race, but kind of like trade buildings here, but they're not even remotely close to the, the base yet, so they're going to have to TP themselves
And Leshrac will gladly TP to stop that.
Look at this. There's no one pushing this except Pingvin here. Excalibur does come forwards just to get those few right clicks off as the Edict runs out, but they TP back on the side of Team Empire, but they don't save their racks. But can they find something in return? Morphling stunned up. Rock does connect, but it is going to be a safe disengage from Singularity here.
No Aegis spent, no cheese spent, so I immediately to the bot lane, claim Megas, and pretty much end this game. It's 21k, 20k net worth advantage for Singularity right now. There's really nothing more they can do to get any bigger. It's a 9-second BKB on Lesh. I guess Morph could finish his BKB, but I think it's
They've
wildly
caught out
unnecessary.
Dream as well. BKB not going to get a chance to go off here as the Jewel
That's not
comes
good.
out. Jewel is not going to finish her off. BKB is popped. Dream makes it down to the low ground, and the Winter's Curse gets the kill on Jerry. No, never mind. Miposhka exists, therefore nobody's going to die in these Winter's Curses. Although Excalibur just goes in onto Archangel here. He's going 1v5. He didn't even care. Turning into that PA, and no response from Empire on that one. They're not going to try and get the kill onto Excalibur.
Wow, I can't believe Dream is farming. What an absolute mad lad.
Being chased by Miposhka, though, doesn't realize it. He's looking for the kill onto Miposhka. Miposhka
Yeah,
pings
he
it out.
can get it. As he has to get a crit, otherwise he's gonna get disarmed. By the way, that's a dieback on the Winter Wyvern in base.
Yeah, it is a bit. Don't want to ball back without
GG.
Winter's Curse. Oh, okay. They're not going to go for this last fight. All right.
No
GG's
rapier
cool.
this time.
No rapier this time at all. No chance for rapier. The game just kind of fizzles out. A very disappointing ending there. It seems Singularity just dominate Team Empire. Empire couldn't find the motivation to go for one more fight. They just believed it was over, which is, I guess, fair enough. Would you have called it then, Tsunami?
Let's see who called. If it was Wyvern called it. Yeah, so that does not surprise me.
Yeah, all
Wyvern dive back is like, I'm done. I'm so done. Get me out of this game. Did the rest of the team consent to that? I don't know, but yeah, I don't blame them. It was pretty over. Net worth advantage was insurmountable. Aegis and Cheese were still available. And just based off the draft, like you said, it was a first phase Morphling with 0 responses. There was no laning response. There was no mid-game response. There was no late-game carry potential response to a Morphling. They just let Excalibur get one of his best heroes and thought, yeah, you know, we'll give Dream one of his best heroes and then we can probably win. That was not possible. Morphling is a far superior answer to Phantom Assassin than it is the other way around.
Absolutely, and you know we've seen it time and time again. If you leave Excalibur alone, he's gonna do horrible things to you. Interestingly, not the highest net worth hero. Maybe he had something in the courier or something. I'm not sure I can. Yeah, that's really interesting actually. Leshrac was had 23k net worth there, Matt. And Excalibur only had 19k. The 330 net worth on Penguin and only 299 on the 266 story on Excalibur. That's very surprising considering how much Excalibur was playing alone, but I guess Leshrac was just kind of sweeping up all the farm on the map with that magic.
Yeah. And I think Leshrac was participating in more kills also, at least earlier on.
Alrighty then. Well, I mean, I'm not sure what there is to say about the end of that. I'm very disappointed that Team Empire didn't try for one last fight because, as you said, if they can find Maposhka in these engagements, and Dream was positioned behind them in the team fight, so it was possible. And did he have the BKB in the end? I think he did, right? Yeah, but he'd already used it, so it was on cooldown.
He did.
And I guess like they were just like, we can't go for a fight without our BKB. We can't fight into Mega Creeps, so that's it, unfortunately. So unfortunately, Team Empire will be dropping another game. Still a chance to come back into this one as Team Singularity lead this best of 5 series 2-1. We're going to be back with the next match coming up hopefully very soon. We'll see you then.